Welcome to Pub Talk, the unofficial official craft beer podcast of Oklahoma, where we're all about the three B's, beer, buddies, and bullshit. I'm Jeremy, your legendary host, and I'm joined as always by a guy who has no qualms about drinking before noon, especially for a podcast done via Zoom, Michael.
Shit's falling. Hello.
Okay.
It was weird when the hats fell.
Nice. It's just the ghosts.
Yeah.
On today's show, we're going to play a little catch-up before we introduce our guest for this week, craft beer influencer Amanda. Many of you will recognize her from Instagram and other social media where she spreads the good word of craft beer. Before we get this party started, make sure you've hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening or watching so you never miss an episode, and give us a follow on social media at Pub Talk Podcast. All right, let's get started with first round.
You know, they brew 10,000 bottles of beer a day. I drink 45 off the assembly line, and I'm the asshole.
What are you drinking this morning?
I'm trying to pour it, and I fucking suck at pouring out of crowlers still. I thought I had it, but I think I was just fooling myself the last time I did it.
What are you about to drink?
It's from Rapture Brewing.
Okay.
They're a beautiful little fool.
Nice.
Haven't even drank it yet.
Okay. Well,
today, I guess.
While you're doing that, I am drinking Lawn Moment from Emerson Nice Brewery out here in Owasso. They opened up right before this madness started, so a lot of you probably haven't had a chance to get their beer, but they are open for to-go. Got several growler fills there yesterday, so I'll let you talk about your beer first.
Let me pull up what this is.
Hibiscus Saison.
So I don't know what that flowery taste was.
Yeah,
I always forget that one. And I like the beers that I have that hibiscus flavor to it. This one's awesome. Saisons are easily one of my favorite styles. And I like that Rapture likes making them. So when I saw it on the list, I picked it up pretty quick. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little upset that the fucking Schwartz beer was gone when I went to place the order. So hopefully he makes that again at some point. Because then I'll do another order. But it's fucking good. Definitely had to go light because I got shit to do today. So trying not to drink a bunch of high ABV shit at 11 o'clock on a Sunday.
Well, you know.
And I knew Rapture would be there for me. So yeah, it's good. I really like the color of it too.
Yeah, it's kind of got a red tint to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good shit. I really, really like this one. Good light beer for the summer. This one would be right at a 4 for me. No weird numbers, just right at a 4.
Well, so this one's it's called Blonde Moment. It's obviously a blonde ale. It's kind of meant to be Emerson Nice. It's meant to be kind of their entry level beer for the non-craft people that are going to walk into that brew pub. Like you said, lighter ABV because I don't really want to be drunk before noon. Although I'm not going anywhere. But yeah, so it's got a little bit more of a hop character, like a bite at the end of it than a lot of blonde ales do, which I like. Rating wise, Blonde's not my go-to style, admittedly, but I like this one. I mean, I've got a fucking growler of it, so I better. I put it at like a 3.85. And I'm giving it a little bit of extra credit for being a blonde that I like, a blonde ale that I like. I have nothing against blonde people. Fucking social media trolls.
You said it.
So it's only been in real time, 2 days since we recorded our last episode?
Yeah.
We may drop this one a little further out from when we recorded than usual. I don't know. We'll see. But shit's still been happening because
every day,
everything just changes every day. So, well, actually, before I dive into that, I did want to mention that Emerson Ice got some new growlers. So, Emerson Nice jugs. Just wanted to get that on the podcast.
Yeah, and Emerson Nice appetizers and Emerson
pizzas and beers and Boobies. That answers the question.
Makes that lightning round question even better. Cans or jugs?
I was just about to say, I think we know how they would answer cans or jugs. We'll get them on the show eventually. Hopefully when we can go there in person. Which I guess is next Friday. But yeah, we've had a couple of big beer events that have been scheduled or rescheduled or whatever in the last few days. I figured we'd talk about for a minute. The first one being May 15th, the Craft Beer Summit that we went to in August, I think, last year. Yeah, it was August because it was the same fucking day as Wild Brew. But it's been scheduled for May 15th this year, and it's going to be virtual. I think the tickets for that go on sale tomorrow morning. A couple different ticket tiers. Depends on what kind of beer you get to pick up to drink while you watch this thing. I'm really looking forward to that. Definitely going to pick up a ticket, probably the higher end one because I like beer a lot. But yeah, it's different panels and things like that, just like it was in person, but done via the web. And I think that's going to has potential to get pretty sloppy because it's like on a Friday night at like 7 for several hours. And I mean, I'm pretty confident in saying that we all drink. So, but I like that they're still doing it. And I think that's a good idea. It sounds like it's going to be awesome.
So what's the one that's happening August 1st now in Oklahoma City? Is that the one that was the earlier one? So that was just flip.
Well, yeah, kind of, I guess. That was the other one I was going to mention. Because, that's the one that usually happens the day before Hop Jam.
Okay.
Craft Beer Festival.
Okay.
In Oklahoma City, which we've never gone to, largely because, oh my God, I don't know that I have it in me to do that and Hop Jam back-to-back days. Probably would have tried this year if everything hadn't gone down the way it did. But, assuming that stays in place and it seems like this whole pandemic is under control and everything, I think I want to hit that one up this year too for the first time.
Right on. Yeah, it looked interesting. I just was confused by the dates. And now that you say this one was the one that was later on, that makes way more sense.
Yeah.
It was like, where are all the panels and shit?
Yeah, it's like they just swap months, essentially. It's kind of crazy.
Right on. Fuck, man. Spilled that shit everywhere. I fucking suck at that. But my glass is full, so there we go.
Yeah, that's all that really matters. But lick it up. It's rapture. It's precious.
Right.
All right. Well, like I said, it's only been 2 days since our last episode. So while there were things that happened, it hasn't been a whole lot. So I think that's it for first round. So next up, we'll get our guest on. Here's Amanda. Thanks for joining the show.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here, finally.
Yes. So typically when we have people on for the first time, we just kind of like to ask them to introduce themselves and tell everybody who you are.
My name is Amanda. It's Amanda Bear Lecter on Instagram and Twitter. And I really like beer, and I'm short and also not a real bear. How about that? Is that enough about me? I'm not very good at talking about myself. This is making me sweaty.
We'll get it all out before the show's over.
Cool if we were talking to a real bear. Gotta try to set that up.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Be the Bear Kings.
Yeah, well, like, I'm not really a bear. I don't want anybody to be disappointed. I don't want anyone to feel misled. So,
that's what the internet's for.
Pretty much.
Misleading people, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump up and I'm going to let my dog in the room really quick. Otherwise, she's going to start howling.
Okay.
I don't think that either of you have ever watched my Instagram lives, but she's always somewhere in the background judging me or doing something. So if her head pops up, just ignore her. She just...
For probably the first 3 years we did the show, my dog would either growl or lick herself loudly or she managed to get on the show every week somehow.
Yep.
She just likes the attention. It's okay.
Yeah.
I feel that in my heart. So your dog might be my spirit animal.
Yeah,
Just
maybe.
just like the attention. And this is like, so she immediately lays down and she's like over there snorting. So hopefully that's not in the audio.
No,
I am not
whatever.
snorting. It is the dog.
No judgment.
I'm not snorting yet.
Keep drinking.
So what are you guys drinking?
Oh yeah, we can do that. I'll go first. So I've got a beer from Emerson Nice, new brewery here in Owasso. It's their stout. Just I don't even know if it officially has a name. It's their stout.
When did they open up? I have not heard of them.
Like 2 days before COVID closed everything down.
Oh,
Yeah,
so hard.
yeah. They're a brew pub. Real nice space and everything like that. So if you're in the area and feel the urge, their beers are pretty solid. Food's good. The one time I was able to go, the day before, they were told they couldn't be open to the public.
Oh, that's really tough. Yeah, I can't imagine how that affects your business. Hopefully they're still doing okay.
You can tell they're ready to get open.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be too, man.
They told me, when I went and picked up these growlers the other day, they told me they'd been through like 500 growlers since this all
Oh, that's
popped
good.
up. So,
Yeah. Do you guys feel like the community up there is really kind of coming out to support local breweries, or does it seem kind of like everybody doing okay? Everybody checking in?
It seems like it. It seems like it to me. I know Nothing's Left has said they're doing good. So
That's good.
It seems like it. How's the Oklahoma City scene doing?
It seems pretty good.
Or Norman?
Most everybody's doing home delivery. I don't know when that goes away.
I think it's the 15th.
I would like to keep that forever, to be perfectly honest. But it seems like since everybody's staying home and drinking, that we're doing pretty well. But I'm a little more worried about my little guys here in Norman, who maybe don't get as much attention as like we got Prairie and Stone Cloud and the bigger guys in OKC. But I think Core 4 had just opened when the whole thing started too. So kind of was like, got a couple growlers from them the other day, hoping that they're hanging in there. But and Roughtail, Roughtail had their soft opening of their new space.
Yeah.
So that was actually the very last time I went out before all of this happened, was to Roughtail's soft opening.
How awesome is that place? I can't wait.
It looked awesome.
It's so nice. It is like you've been to their old spot, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is at least 780,000 times nicer. There's no table spools, guys. It's great. Yeah, but the space is really well put together. The artwork is gorgeous. The brew system is amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. So, yeah. So hopefully soon.
Right.
But
I guess. What are you guys drinking? I said what I was drinking.
Oh, sorry. I just went off on a little thing there. I'm drinking Double Dry Hop Fancy Dance.
Nice.
From Skydance here in OKC.
I have the opposite of what I said in the first round, I guess, because we recorded yesterday. I was drinking something Low Point because I had stuff to do. And now I'm drinking a big stout from Marshall.
Because you're like, I ain't got shit to do tonight.
That's evening.
I did the same thing. I'm drinking a stout now. But I will say, you just ruined the illusion of us putting on the same shirts and shit like that for the video. You just ruined the illusion. You told them that it was yesterday.
What I do.
I mean, you can edit that out. You can.
Don't.
I'm not going to.
Halfway through, I'll go off screen, change shirts, and come back and act like it's a completely different day. And it'll just be we'll make this whole thing really confusing.
Yep. It was just a week.
Someone would have been watching, and they would have been like, you guys said you weren't drinking anything heavy. What's going on? Is
Yeah.
that what happened? Probably.
Yeah.
I think I said Black is Night Stout from Marshall.
Nice, nice. I like Marshall. We don't get a lot of their stuff down here, but what we do get, I have enjoyed.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably just get the main distributed beers.
Yeah, just the core beers. But I drink a lot of this land. That's probably one of my favorite lagers. So
It's
from a
good chugger.
Oklahoma brewery. Yeah. I'm into it. I cook with it all the time. I just throw that in everything. Like, oh, this would probably be better with some beer in it.
Nice.
That's how I like to live my life. Just dumping beer and things.
I see no issue with that. So Amanda, we always like to ask people what got you into craft beer.
Okay. Buckle up. So I was actually living in Japan at the time I first got into craft beer. And the very first craft beer that I had, it must have been something from Baird Brewing. And they were like one of Japan's very, very first craft breweries. And I had gone into their tiny, tiny little, it's a tiny, tiny little space that they had. And I had 2 beers, and the beers were good, but what really won me over was how much they loved their beer. And they knew everything about, the whole process, and the service was amazing. And so I kept going back there. And then, they started telling me about other places to go to and other places to check out. And around that time, there was a little craft beer bar called Antenna America, and that's in Yokohama. And they were getting on and off some stuff from California. So they were getting a lot of stuff from the brewery and Stone and stuff. So, gosh, that was, I don't know what year that was. It was a while back. But yeah, so that's when I really started drinking craft beer rather than just picking up an Asahi or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But then coming back to the States, it was mind blowing because I just felt and coming back to the States, I had come into Chicago.
Okay.
I hadn't come back to Oklahoma yet. So coming into Chicago, it was mind blowing how much beer there was available. So even just going in the grocery store was so exciting because there was I was overwhelmed, and it took me a while to kind of sort out what was good and what I didn't like and what was crap. And I hadn't had, there were tons of styles I hadn't even heard of yet. So it was pretty eye-opening to come into Chicago. But the craft beer community up there everybody's really cool. Everybody's very welcoming. So it was a pretty easy transition.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess that's kind of good service got me into craft beer, I guess you'd say.
Nice. Do you have any favorite beers you've been drinking on during the quarantine?
Man, this is okay. So I've been putting down OG Haze from Rough Tail, and this is my last crowler. So I've been doing a lot of that, and I'm always doing a lot of Everything Rhymes with Orange and Magic Juice from Elk Valley.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm super into Magic Juice. I'm pick it up every time it's fresh. So I probably go through it too fast.
No such thing, especially in quarantine.
I just tell them this isn't all for me, but they know that it is. Every time they're like, mm-hmm. We've seen your tab at the end of the night. We know what you're doing.
Right. My last trip to pick up growlers was, oh, hey, getting that to last you through the week? About 2 days.
There you go.
Yeah.
I also like that we all have a bunch of different beers in reach right now.
I know how to set
Yep.
this up. I even have a backup barley wine over here. I'm not playing around, guys.
Nice.
Which is Oxford Comma from 405 here in Norman.
Oh, I haven't had that one.
Well, you should. You should.
I need to get to Norman.
I can send you a bottle up if you want. It's their barrel aged. It's barrel aged for 18 months, bourbon barrel aged, and it's so good. And it's now. It used to be in like all their barley wines were in these large format bottles, but now it's very approachable in this little baby here. So I don't feel so bad opening this for myself. I mean, this is for shareable for 3 people, but really only for me.
Right. I think both of us are like that with stouts. So
I heard that one for the first time just earlier today. I was looking at the tickets for that a beer thing coming up on the 15th, and there was a 405 one that's like a mixture of 405 and that barley wine you just showed us. It was the only one I hadn't really heard of before. Yeah. Well, something, can't think of the name, but it's a combo of the 405 and that barley wine, which sounded awesome.
Have you had BBW from 405? That's their other barley wine. They're canning that one now.
I have 2 barley wines from them in my fridge I haven't cracked into yet.
Well, they're all really good.
I can't remember what they are.
And they also do their sours really well.
Yeah. I've been saving the barley wine for a day where I want to erase my memory.
That's not every day? Oh.
Well, you know.
Just me? Okay.
I thought they added more tickets to that. Have you looked at that even this afternoon?
Yeah, so I don't know if you know what we're talking about, Amanda, if you've had a chance to see it today, but they're doing a virtual Craft Brewers Association of Oklahoma is doing a virtual summit on May 15th.
Oh, yeah. I saw something about that, but I haven't had time to go in and like read it. I
bought a pack on my lunch break today from work. You know, had to walk all the way to the kitchen. It was terrible. But they've got several different levels, and obviously I had to go for the highest level where you buy a ticket and you get a bunch of rare beer, quotation fingers. It was $95 at the time I bought it, and then they sent me an email and they're like, well, we added a bunch more beer, now it's $120, but we'll honor your original price. Do you still want that pack? All right, yeah.
Right. No, I don't want $120 worth of beer for $95. Who would want that?
Right.
I looked up and didn't buy it. I sent them a message because they had a bunch of beers on there that had X's by them, and I was like, what are those beers? And now I'm back on there, and yeah, they're all $120. But there's a lot more information, which will make my decision easier.
Oh, that's good.
Time picking which one.
I'm going to be honest. I looked for the ones that didn't have much in the way of Welltown, Beavers Bend, and had no founders.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, fuck founders, but
yes.
I'm glad someone else finally said it just outright. It seems like a lot of people you talk to are just like, well, what?
Or like people don't know or they already forgot. But, you know, I actually went through all my posts and I took down every founder's beer that I had posted. And I do see people every once in a while still use the hashtag fuck founders, but, you know, it's kind of petered out. But I haven't checked in on founders to see what they're doing lately or anything. I just stopped buying their beer. But I'm going to be very honest with you. I wasn't buying a lot of it to begin with. So
they were one of my gateway breweries, so I really liked their stuff and was
a
big CBS and KBS guy. But
yeah, I haven't bought KBS for a couple years. It was like when we got it in Oklahoma, I was already like,
yeah. I
think I did go out that year and like have a pour at Okanor, or maybe it was Tapworks or somewhere, but you know, I didn't really keep buying it.
But I mean, I want to say that all broke loose in like mid to late 2018, and I haven't touched any of their beer since then. But
I think it was late 2018 or maybe early 2019. And yeah, it's so easy to not buy it because
that's good. Yeah.
We're spoiled for choice. So
yep.
Is there a brewery that you wish you could get in Oklahoma that you can't get here yet? I'm interviewing you now.
Well, you can kind of get it via craftshack.com, but I'm going to say Society Brewing out in San Diego.
That's a good choice. That is a very good choice.
I want more of the new Evil Twin stuff. Like ever since they released they opened up their brewery in New York, and seeing all these new beers that are completely different than they used to make. I mean, the packaging, everything is completely different. I'd love to try those.
Yeah, it's like they're using a random name generator to name all their beers.
Or just things they saw on the way to work or something. They have one right now
Yeah.
that's named after traffic on some highway in New York.
Yeah. I'm with my friend Joe, we had made up a fake Evil Twin beer a while back, and we posted it, and a lot of people
I
thought
fell
it was
for that. I don't know if
Oh,
you're
did I was like, there's a fish in the percolator, I think was the name.
I was drunk and I commented and was like, oh, I got to try that.
It's not real. But, you know, I was kind of half hoping that it would be real. You know, they would be like, actually, we're going to use that. You know, it's like,
No.
I want that to be my personal claim to fame. I want an Evil Twin beer named after some dumb shit I did. That's what I want.
There you go. Are you going to tell us what your brewery you want to see in Oklahoma is?
Oh, gosh.
You can't interview us and then not answer your own question.
Phase 3 out of Chicago. Or I guess they were brewing in Lake Zurich. I'm not sure. I don't know where they're brewing. But, yeah, I think their IPAs are pretty damn addictive. So that's my pick. That's my off the top of my head pick. I didn't have an answer prepared when I asked the question. But that was the first thing that came to mind.
That's what podcasts are for. If you got to sit there and think about it for like 90 seconds, we can just cut it out.
Like, don't act like I know what I'm going to do before I do it, because I don't. That's not how I live my life. I don't know what I'm going to say. So.
So back to asking you questions.
Look at me. I'm the podcaster now.
So once you got into craft beer and everything, what made you take that leap to start the Instagram account and that kind of deal?
Well, the Instagram account initially didn't have a whole lot to do with beer. It was just photos of so I started the Instagram account because my friend had one and it was her birthday, and we were all out. God, we were out at a little beer bar in Tokyo, and she wanted a bunch of pictures taken, and she wanted photos and videos to be posted, and I was the only person that didn't have an account, and everybody else was doing it. So it was literally a peer pressure thing where I was like, okay, and I made one really quick, and I had my 4 friends that were with me as followers at first. And then it just sort of snowballed, and I think there was a lot of interest in just the Japanese craft beer scene, and people wanted to see like what was going on there and what it was like, and just daily snapshots of Japan. I used to post a lot of weird food. So I think that was really what got me started, was doing, like, I used to do Japanese Kit Kats and beer pairings.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's what really got me started. So, but I didn't get up over 5,000 followers until I got back to the States. But if you ask me how that happened, I'm not really sure. I don't know where everybody came from.
Okay.
or why they stay. It's like, why do you stay here?
Speaking of the food, you post a lot of awesome food and beer pics. Do you have any other favorite maybe pairings, beer pairings, other than the Kit Kat one?
I am okay. I just want to preface this by saying people should don't do what I do. It's not good for you. I am a huge fan of hot dogs. I really like hot dogs. I'm super I'm super into Schwab's hot dogs. And so my favorite pairings are always some weird hot dog and a West Coast IPA. I like that combination. That's probably my favorite thing. Or, occasionally a lager, but my favorite thing to cook is weird hot dogs. So you get a lot of that.
Okay.
Weird wieners. I'm into weird wieners, guys.
That's
Is that okay to say? Is that going to get cut out?
You can say whatever the fuck you want to. Yeah, let's say it all.
Weird Wieners was a big part of the first probably 100 episodes of Pub
It
Talk.
really was. Oh my god! When we first started this show, we basically drank beer and talked about people jerking off in public.
Happens a lot.
What?
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to the early
Nope.
shit.
They've been taken down.
You took it down.
Yeah,
well, we used to have 3 hosts.
yeah. We kind of had to
Oh, okay.
archive the ones that he was on.
A lot of public masturbators. It's crazy.
Yeah, I almost spit my beer all over.
Oh, our first spit take.
I almost spit my beer at public masturbators. That got me.
Yeah, the point being, weird wieners doesn't make us flinch.
So tomorrow I'm gonna make a breakfast hot dog. I have part of the morning off, so I have it all set up, and it's gonna be a biscuit bun. So I'm gonna make some homemade biscuit buns,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna use the Polish dog, and then I'm gonna do sausage gravy, spicy sausage gravy, and crumbled bacon, and maybe some jalapeno poppers. I'm not real sure.
I'm going to ask what might be a dumb question. Breakfast hot dog versus sausage, not the same?
Not the same. Because I'm also putting sausage on the hot dogs, so
Yeah.
I'm going real pork heavy.
It's an
on
actual
this
hot
one.
dog.
Yeah, so it's like sausage and bacon on the hot dog, but I think I'm going to use the Polish dogs from Schwab's. Not sure. Probably. It's probably going to be that. So look for a picture of that if I don't ruin it. I don't post my fails, so like people think that I'm really, really like good at cooking and everything I make turns out amazing. But I cook every day pretty much. So I would say there's a lot of things that don't really come out Instagram worthy. My go-to is just putting anything in an iron skillet because it looks nice.
It does.
Classy as fuck.
Yeah, it's like if you can put a whole bunch of stuff in an iron skillet and crack a couple eggs on it, it's always going to look nice. So
Okay.
there you go, guys. There's the secret. That's the secret to Instagram.
Now we know what the next step is for Pub Talk.
Yep. Boom. 5,000 followers.
Well, I guess speaking of that, so did you have a holy shit moment kind of with the Instagram thing where was there maybe a number of followers or a moment where you were like, huh, this is a thing now?
I think right around 3,000 followers was the first time where I was like, this is crazy. And I used to post like a lot of my personal details were on there at that time because I was never expecting it. I was treating it kind of like Facebook or, whatever. I'm not on Facebook anymore, but, at that time I was, and I was treating it kind of like, these are my friends, but you don't have 3,000 friends. So at that point I kind of took a turn with it, and I took my personal information off my bio and made it harder to find my house. I had somebody come find my house one time. Yeah. So I used to post a lot of photos like in my front yard, but I don't do that anymore because somebody was able to tell what neighborhood I live in by the front of my house. Yeah. So I had somebody come find my house one time, so that was really creepy. But so I think around 3,000 followers was the oh shit moment, and then it just kept growing, and I, which kind of makes me happy. I really like that I've been able to connect with people from literally everywhere.
Yeah.
So, and I don't answer my DMs. I'm terrible at that, but I do really try to read and answer every comment on my posts, and sometimes I fail at it. Sometimes there's just too many, or I'm too busy. But I am thankful for everybody that bothers to reply to me, and yeah. So I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just going downhill.
Nope.
Yeah, but
Now
yeah,
tell us
that was
the
the oh
end.
shit.
The end of the
And
show.
another oh shit moment was, I think I had around 15K followers at the beginning of October, and I got invited to do this beer giveaway, this Halloween themed beer giveaway with several girls. Kelsey Simon Says, a craft beer girl, Jennifer the Bearded Lady. I'm leaving people out. Craft Beer Mick. I can't remember everybody, but everybody was like had way more followers, at least double my followers. And I think over a couple of days, I got like 4,500 new followers.
Damn.
Just from that contest. And it kind of panicked me a little bit. I was like, okay, now I have to produce good content. I'm not used to producing good content. Like, I got real nervous, but it's been fine. But yeah, I got a little freaked out. I was like, this is too many people. There are too many of you here.
Good problem to have, I guess.
You know, I don't really use my platform for good. I only use it for evil. So as long as I continue to do that, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we've been asking everybody on, we're in the middle of quarantine, maybe coming down some parts of the state or whatever. Have you had any suggestions for fun things to do during the quarantine? Some stuff to watch, activities, anything to keep yourself sane?
Barley wine.
Oh, nice.
That's my go-to. I'm really big into true crime and true crime podcasts. So I know everybody already watched Tiger King, but if you haven't watched Waco yet on Netflix, it's crazy good. It's going to make you mad, but it's crazy good. And other than that, if you get Investigation Discovery, Man with a Van, there's a whole series on Investigation Discovery about people getting kidnapped by dudes in vans. A whole series. There's like 12, 14 episodes. That's how often people get kidnapped. Do either of you have a van?
No.
Nope.
Okay. I trust you both a little more now because
Wouldn't admit it now if I did.
Gotta write that down. My girlfriend Ashley loves that true crime shit. Sometimes I look at her like, you watch a little bit too much of this stuff, but
I definitely watch a little too much of it. But Man with a Van is my current favorite just because you wouldn't think there would be that many stories of people getting kidnapped and thrown in vans, and it's going to happen. So you're just yelling at that girl, no, don't talk to him. Look at his van, So that's pretty much my go-to is just binge some true crime or some true crime podcasts and drink some beer. But
So you mentioned a little bit earlier some of the other, I guess we'll call them women of craft beer. Seems to be a pretty tight-knit community. What's it like being part of that group, and are there any other women in that group that you would recommend our followers go seek out or anything?
Absolutely. Yeah. 21st Amendment girl. She's amazing. Ola Polina, Beer Brat, a craft beer girl. I could make a whole list. I love all these chicks. Pump to Pour. I think everybody already follows her though, probably.
Oh,
I don't know that name.
I don't know that one. Yeah.
No.
I knew several of them.
Well, everybody follows Hoppy Floppy, right? Everybody knows her. No?
Yeah.
Another head shake. Oh my gosh. Kelsey Simon Says.
Yeah, I know that
Oh,
one.
that one.
Let me think who else. Locally in Oklahoma, Thai craft beer girl.
Yeah.
She's awesome. Love her to death. Jennifer the Bearded Lady, Eli Trax, who is an amazing photographer and also works for Turning Point. I don't know. I'll probably think of more as this goes on. Yeah,
Sure.
there's just so many like really cool people who are taking way better photos than I take. Like so much better. They know what they're doing. I'm just goofing off with like an iPhone. So yeah. But as far as what it's like to be a part of that group, everybody has always been really, really supportive and nice. Like, I haven't had there's no drama. So, like, if people think that there's, like, secret drama between all these beer girls, there's just not. I have never seen that. Everybody's super supportive. If you message somebody and say, I have this project that I'm working on, will you please repost it? I've never heard a no. Whenever the Pink Boot Society beers come out, everybody's posting them. Like, you know, everybody's just really kind and just really happy, I think, to have like-minded women in the community. Yep. So there's a lot of sharing, and if you ever have a question, you don't have to be embarrassed to ask it. Everybody's really helpful. Also, if you send dick pics, we do talk about that, guys. So just know that if you are a serial dick picker, we all know it. So it gets around really fast if you send a dick pic. If you send me a dick pic, there's a list of about 20 other girls that I tell your Instagram name to, and then they are ready for you. So, so just know that if you do that bad behavior, we all know it.
It's a whole different type of weird wieners now.
Right. It's completely different. That's not the kind of weird wieners. Nobody wants those. Sorry. Right. Sorry. Nobody wants those. I just assumed
that that's why you don't check your DMs.
It is. It is. If you don't know me, don't send me a photo. I'm not going to look at it. Not ever. So, yeah. But that's how tight-knit the community is. We are talking about you if you do that.
People.
Yeah. It's unavoidable. You know, what do you do?
Yeah.
So I got to ask you about your profile names on Instagram right now. Amanda Von Taco Phone, I believe. How do you come up with those? Any favorites?
Okay, so that started as Amanda Von Pursberger because I got recognized by someone as, hey, you're the girl that had the hamburger in her purse. And I was like, fuck yeah, I am. Then a couple days later, I was on the phone with my friend Heather, 75 Heather on Instagram. And I actually, I was eating tacos and I was talking to her, and I got a whole bunch of taco grease on my phone, and that is just literally where that came from.
Yeah.
I had to figure out how to get taco grease off an iPhone, and it took quite a while. It was really bad. It was bad.
Yeah, you can't just scrub that off. You got to be careful not to ruin the phone.
Right. Yeah. It's I'll just drop it in some water. No.
Yeah, and rice doesn't get grease off.
Right. Rice. I tried putting it in some rice, and that didn't work. So, yeah, but that's literally where that came from. Most of those weird things that happen in my hashtags or in my bio are just some weird inside joke with one person.
Nice.
Only one person is going to get this, but I'm going to post it anyway.
All right. Well, we kind of talked about it a second ago with the pictures. We've got to talk about the worst part of the internet: the trolls, the weirdos, the perverts. Any crazy stories you want to share or anything? Or I don't know.
Oh my God, so many. There's so many. How graphic is this? 18 and up? How graphic can I be?
It's a beer podcast. It's 21 and up, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay,
No
so
one under 21 drinks beer.
okay, so the weirdest thing I ever got from oh wow, okay, there's maybe a tie here. But the weirdest thing that I ever got from someone was a guy sent me a photo of his penis. It's a video, like a short video clip of his penis, and he is shoving a Lego into his urethra. So that's the weirdest thing I've ever gotten.
It's pretty fucking weird.
There was also a guy that there was also a guy that sent me a photo that he had printed out a photo of me from my Instagram and like printed out in poster size, and he put Reese's peanut butter cups over the eyes, and he sent me this weird message that was like, your brown eyes look like peanut butter cups, like a couple days before he did this. And then he sent me this video of himself jerking off on these Reese's peanut butter cups and then eating them. So those are the weirdest things. Most of the terrible things that I get aren't quite that weird. Were you not prepared for that? Was that too far?
I'm not surprised.
I'm not overly surprised. I'm sorry you went through that.
Yeah, God, people.
Thank you for telling it that graphically, because that's hilarious.
Oh, man.
In the worst way.
Like, I absolutely forwarded those to other girls and was like, block this creep, but.
What was the reaction to that? I mean, because that's fucking nuts.
What are you supposed to do with that? I'm glad
I do have like a group message with a lot of other beard girls. I have like a group message where we all kind of send these things, and it's like, and we also send positive things. So I'll get into that in a minute. But I sent this, but I always send like a warning, like, don't click on this video, like, this is graphic, not safe for work, and a description of what it actually is so that people are protected from seeing it if they don't choose to. But yeah, there's not really a lot that you can do on Instagram with those things. You just report the person and block them. That's all you can do. So
yeah. Wow.
But we do say positive things about people sometimes. So if you're a really nice guy, if you're really cool and you're a good trader and you don't send creepy messages, we do say positive things about people too. So it's not all negative all the time.
Nice.
So don't be a dick, get a good reputation.
I really like Reese's cups, and I'm afraid of what I'm going to think about the next time I eat one. Right?
Not anymore. Yeah, I don't want to eat a Reese's cup since. I'm like, don't want it.
Yeah, don't blame you.
Where do you even go from there?
Yeah, where do you go after eating jizz on a Reese's cup?
Let's talk about some of your favorite tap rooms, some that you're looking forward to going to once you're able, whether it's in Oklahoma, not whatever, just some of your favorites that you're looking forward to.
Well, we already talked about Roughtail and how I think everybody is so ready to finally see Roughtail. I really miss going to the Winston here in Norman and then walking down to Big Beer is Good Brewing. I miss just that little stroll, that happy little stroll from the brewery to the restaurant. That's probably my absolute favorite place to go. It's like they have got a great little patio. All the beers are good. The service is great. I love hanging out at that place. Besides that, in Oklahoma City, I miss Elk Valley. Real hard. So it's slushy season now. And, Elk Valley has the really good beer slushes. So they got the slushy machine in the tap room. And they got the nice rooftop patio. So you could get a slush and you could sit outside. And I really miss doing that. So I think those are my big ones, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been jealous of some of those pictures. They had those crawlers to go with the slushies in them or whatever. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, I got one of those. The other day. It was banana mango, and it was so good. It's so good. It's good every time. And there's not a lot of alcohol in it, but it's still delicious.
Does it taste good? Yeah, I mean that's what matters.
Right.
I just got to pull a Tom Chalice and just go to Oklahoma City and buy a bunch of crawlers and come home.
Right. And but take pictures of yourself the whole time.
I have way too much self-awareness for that.
Like I try to run into Tom at events like all the time, but I always miss him, and it's the weirdest thing. I think I've seen him at events actually only 2 or 3 times. There's 2 or 3 photos of us together floating around out there, but we're at the same things all the time.
Yeah.
But somehow
he just bounces to the next one so quick.
I'm actually really jealous of Tom because he's always like taking pictures with cute girls, and he's always like, it's like Tom Chalice is living my best life.
Well, I mean, he has no shame. He asks everyone for a picture.
Yeah. And I'm not brave enough to do that. And also, everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm jealous. People sometimes will come up and ask me for a picture, but usually people will tell me that they saw me after the fact. They're like, oh, I saw you at such and such place. I'm like, why didn't you come say hi?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
We actually get that a little bit too, which I think is weird.
Yeah.
You guys don't seem scary to me.
Yeah, but we've had it happen quite a few times where it's like, oh, saw you at the XYZ festival, saw you at such and such tap room. Fuck, why don't you come and say hi? Always
just come say hi.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Just come say hi. So I'm telling everybody, if you see me out in public, just come say hi. It's that simple. I mean, don't be creepy, but come say hi.
Definitely don't pull out like a couple of Reese's cups or anything.
Yeah, no. That's probably going to happen to me.
You might regret putting that story out here.
Oh, no. I have Reese's cups. Like, I don't want it. Don't bring me Reese's cups.
Don't do it.
I will fight you. So, I'm small, but I will try to fight you. Don't. No, not that.
Well, I guess changing gears from beer for a minute here. I initially put this question down in my notes when we were going to do this last week because you had just done something on Instagram about it. But we got to talk Tiger King for a second.
Yeah. Hold up.
Just killed her hug.
1 second.
This time.
I do have my Tiger King glass. Well, it's not really a Tiger King glass, but this is my
That works. Nice.
My Tiger Stein.
Nice. That goddamn bitch Carol Baskin.
She did it.
Okay. We can continue this show.
She absolutely test the meat grinder.
But it wouldn't fit. Can't fit anything in there. If it don't fit, you must have quit, damn it. I've learned that.
She saw
How did that work
she
out?
put him in the meat grinder and fed him to the tiger. But even if she didn't, even if she just drugged the whole body in there and left the body for the tiger, my pit bull can chew up a bone the size of my calf. Granted, I have small calves, but she can chew up a bone the size of my calf in 2 hours. She weighs 100 pounds. A tiger weighs 900 pounds.
There you go. That's science.
So this is science. She definitely did it.
I can't wait. They've got to find out something. They said they reopened that case. They've got to, or they're all just stupid.
Well, they may never find anything because it's been so long, right?
Yeah, like 97, something like that.
Yeah.
That was a complete diversion from everything else.
But you know what? She probably killed that tiger and fed that tiger to another tiger, then killed that tiger and fed that tiger to another tiger. So they're never going to find anything.
Shit.
That's my conspiracy theory.
I was hoping someone would bring her to justice, but it doesn't sound like it now.
Nope, she's just going to, hey, all you cool cats and kittens, us to death.
I watched some documentary last night that said Joe's innocent too, and I was like,
oh, was it? There's a new one on TMZ, but I haven't watched that one yet. Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet, but I'm gonna.
I mean, it didn't say it. It was asking the question, I guess. But
the one that I want to know about is Doc.
That dude's super weird.
He has a creepy cult where he's grooming women to be part of his creepy cult, and nobody's talking about it.
Oh, he talks about it on that TMZ thing. He's like, "No, I don't have a wife, and I just have girlfriends, and they all know about each other. It's fine."
Right. I'm like, I don't want to insult anybody who's polyamorous, but that guy's a creep.
No, we need to have the documentary on him and get like a Waco documentary and the Tiger King documentary and like mash that shit together.
Yeah.
Everything.
It was amazing watching that, how it was like everyone sucks here. Nobody in like anybody that works with big cats is terrible. That was the impression that I got from that whole documentary was all of these people are crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
The sanest person on that show was, I can't remember, I think his name was Josh. He was the campaign manager guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So he was the gun counter manager at the Walmart there in Pauls Valley or Ada, or wherever it was. It was Ada. And he was the sanest person on the show. And he was what, like 17, 18 when he met Joe and working at Walmart?
yeah, something like that.
Anytime you have someone who is the gun counter manager at Walmart being the sanest person in a situation, you have a problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
So I watched the follow-up episode like that they released with all the interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's still the most credible person. I also liked the Kelsey, who's the girl that lost her arm.
Oh, yeah.
I thought she was pretty reasonable, except for the fact that she lost her arm and then went right back to work.
Yeah. Didn't even really seem to care.
Right. It was like, did you ever process the fact that you lost your arm, or but
Did they ever say
He had
why
some
he's
different-
wearing the EMS jacket during that fucking scene? Or is it just to be like, this is fucking nuts? Why is he wearing
yeah, it was insane.
Take this discount. I don't know what's going on. That fucking show. I wanna watch
Yeah. But you know what? Governor Exotic would never let any of this happen to us, and he would have locked down Oklahoma and given us all some free, slightly out of date meat.
I was wondering if that's where I was headed. Yes, the best pizza.
Right? We would have had the best pizza from Governor Exotic. We all would have had it.
Well,
Go vote,
What-
everyone.
what could have been?
Right?
And that's as political as I'm going to get. But
We never get political on here.
like we went from weird wieners to Tiger King to
Nope. Welcome to Pub Talk. That's what we do.
where the points are made up and wait.
Yeah, that too.
What are you pouring there?
I was fitting for the show.
Nice.
Chase Exotic from American Samoa.
All right. Well, I think it's time for lightning round.
But not
Boom.
I can do this. I'm only going to say a bunch of dumb things. Here we go.
And it doesn't have to be quick, but it's kind of a this or that thing. So we'll start with IPA or stout.
IPA.
Had a feeling.
summer or winter.
Summer. Neither, but summer. Like, I don't like the choices.
What would you say if you had your choice?
Fall.
Okay. That's what I figured. Pizza or burger?
Pizza.
Okay.
Throw back to what we talked about off air. Cans or jugs.
Yes. Cans.
We're only talking about beer vessels, clearly.
Oh, boo. But okay, cans.
Porter or pale ale?
Porter.
GIF or GIF.
GIF. Do you guys say Jif? Am I going to hang up now? I'm going to hang up.
We've had someone that said it on the show.
Really?
We
Like
had
the peanut butter?
We had like 3 guests in a row that said Jif. Yeah, and I said exactly that. I was like, "Are you fucking talking about peanut butter?"
GIF.
This episode has a lot of peanut butter.
That's unfortunate peanut butter.
He's
Can you
drinking
please
these
title
nuts.
this episode Unfortunate Peanut Butter?
Absolutely.
Thanks, I
I'll at least
appreciate
hashtag it.
Unfortunate peanut butter.
Citra or Sabro?
Citra. All of it. Like more of it.
Yes, love Citra. Well, love them both, but
Boomer or Go Pokes?
I'm from Norman? Is this even a question? Boomer.
ew.
Was that number? It's only the second one now, right? Jeremy?
Yeah, only the second one.
Rapture?
Mitch had a good reason. I guess being from Norman's a good reason.
Yeah, kind of a good reason.
I was born in Norman, so
I guess that's a good
feel like-
reason too.
Look, if I answered that wrong, I was going to get run out of town. So
All right. Liquor or wine?
wine. So much wine. All of it.
Right on.
Last one, traditional or experimental?
What are we talking about here?
Whatever you
Experimental, always.
Beer.
I'm into weird shit. Experimental, always. But not peanut butter cups. Not that.
Right. Got that. That's forever ruined.
That's a hard no.
Then that was the actual lightning round.
It was.
Oh God, I made it. I made it through the lightning round. I only said 5 dumb things.
You're the first one that's actually just like bam, 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 bam. Everybody else is like, well, I've got to explain why.
Now I don't have to explain myself. I don't know what I'm going to say before I say it. So, and I'm fine with that.
Got to be.
Yeah. So we have a new tradition on these social distancing episodes where we chug a beer. How do we feel about a quarantine beer chug?
A quarantine beer. Oh, Lord. Now I wish I hadn't chosen this massive Bell's glass.
Well, I was going to say, you could go get something else or something lighter or whatever. I have one at the ready.
Like, well, I mean, this OG Haze is probably as good as I'm going to get for something to chug unless I want to open a barley wine, which is probably it. Are you going to chug that barley wine?
No, I'm not going to chug the barley wine. I'm going to sip the barley wine, and I'm going to chug something else.
I got worried.
I don't have a death wish, and I do have to work in the morning.
I got worried. I was like, you're going to chug. Well, I'm going to refill a little bit, but not too much.
10 years ago, yes, I would have chugged a barley wine.
I would chug a barley wine right now, but that is a terrible idea.
No, hangovers don't treat me right.
But I love me some Rough Tail, so I'm just I can do this.
So what are we all chugging?
Okay, so I'm chugging a Rock Island Depot from Canadian River.
Nice, nice.
What is this called? Glass Cowboy
Oh, yeah.
from American Solera.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Nice.
I forgot about it. It was in my refrigerator. And I'm like, oh,
What is that?
Glass
Blonde.
Cowboy from Solera. Dry hop blonde ale with mosaic and citra hops. 5%.
Nice. And I'm still up on my OG Haze from Rough Tail. Look, is that backwards? Does that look backwards?
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's backward. Wow, it looks weird. Okay.
deep breaths, everybody.
I wish I wore looser pants.
Oh, man.
I
I haven't even tasted this beer before. I don't even know if I like it.
Okay, here we go?
Yeah, all right, cheers. That was a first. That shit all over me.
Hey,
Okay, if I'm ever on Pub Talk again, I'm using a smaller glass.
Or we just all use bigger glasses next time.
Yeah, it's like everybody use a bigger glass.
Well, that was
That shit just like foamed up in my mouth and went all over me.
Oh,
Hate it when that happens.
it's a wet t-shirt contest.
Good thing I wore black.
And you just won.
Craft beer gave me nice boobies. I don't know what to say.
Same. Wait.
All right. Thank you so much for being on, Amanda. Appreciate it. It's been a blast.
It was fun, guys. I'm sorry about the things I said.
Don't be. Bring more for next time.
Bring more terrible stories.
I'm going to need the next stories to be worse than the Buttercup story and the Lego.
No, we're not telling my followers that. We're not.
So everybody out there,
do more things to me.
send her horrible shit. Let's go.
No.
Don't do that, please. I don't trust our audience.
Not that. I don't think that anybody in the Oklahoma community is amongst the people who are being terrible to me. So I think we're maybe okay. Just don't.
Yeah, just don't be gross.
If you have terrible things, that you want to send to me, please send it to Pub Talk Podcast, and they will make sure that I see it. Probably.
We'll repost it.
Right, it probably won't end up on any websites, so you're probably fine.
Yeah.
It will probably remain totally anonymous, and everything's good. So send those weird wieners to Pub Talk.
So we can share it with the world.
Is that the best outro? Was that good?
That's perfect.
That guy said, "Don't let the door hit in the vagina on the way out." That was hilarious.
You've just listened to another round of Pub Talk. Thanks again to Amanda for sitting in and social distancing with us tonight. As always, if you like what you heard today, show us some love all over social media at Pub Talk Podcast. And to continue getting alerts every time we drop an episode, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button before you go. You can also find out all you've ever wanted to know about the show and more by heading over to our website, pubtalkpodcast.com. And remember, folks, there's never anything too big or hard in life that you can't handle it over a few beers with your good friends. So until next time, just chill till the next episode. Stay safe, everybody.
Oh, some left it on me. Put me
In the name of love.
Oh, some left it on me. Some silk and sweet girl. Oh, God. Stick is sweet.
Yeah.
That might be a bumper at the end of the show.
I hope that's the bumper or the promo or whatever. I don't know podcast words.